Benvenuto alla mia cucina italiana. My name is Peanut and welcome to my Italian kitchen. And today I'm in my pajamas and I'm drinking a little bit of wine. It's a Sunday fun day and I'm going to teach you guys how to make a delicious root vegetable soup out of parsnips and carrots. I'm going to show you a few variations of this soup, but just enjoy your time and relax with me in my kitchen. So, first we're going to start out with the base of our soup. The base of my soup is going to be garlic, a little bit of ginger, and jalapeno to spice things up just a little bit. So, I'm going to start out by crushing my garlic, and I have a pot on the stove over there. It's starting to get warm. And we're going to add the base to our soup here in a little bit. So, this wine I'm drinking here is molto delizioso. It is a wine that I got at the Chelsea market. And it tastes pretty good. It's going down pretty nicely tonight. So I'm going to get out a little handy dandy tool called the garlic press. You can chop your garlic if you want. Takes ages and I can't stand it, but this thing is mad easy. All you're going to do is throw the garlic in, press, and go. Watch this right before your eyes. So I'm going to pour some of my delicious olive oil. This is a really nice olive oil that I'm using, and it's going to add a nice accent to the soup. And that's going to heat up here a little bit, but I want to start throwing this in. Comes out just like that, which is nice, and even a little bit easier. Grab a little knife to scrape that garlic off. Cool. So that's going to start to simmer just a little bit. I clean this out with my knife. And you can see that my kitchen, we're always just partying, and you know, it's always a little bit messy, and lots of things going on. I'm getting ready to make some homemade ravioli this week, so I was roasting some butternut squash here in the kitchen earlier today. If any of you guys have seen my ravioli online, they've been delicious, and hell, they've been a hit. So we got that garlic rolling there. I also want to throw in some fresh ginger. This is all I had left in the refrigerator, so we're just going to grate it right over top of that garlic. I have a zester here, so what you're going to do, peel your fresh ginger first, okay? And then you're going to just simply grate over top of the pot. And wait till you smell the aroma of all the ingredients here at the bottom of this soup. This is really going to add some flavor to our root vegetable soup here. Alright, and we had a chef in culinary school that would always say whenever you're grating something, that the gold, el oro, is at the bottom of the grater. So, I think that looks pretty good. Never forget the gold right here. You always want to scrape that stuff out and throw it right in the pot. So, we got this cooking a little bit over here. Next thing, the basis of my soup is going to be jalapeno. Of course, I already cut a little bit here for you, but I'm not going to go through this for you guys. To cut a jalapeno, the best thing, a little trick, is to use some gloves. I burned the crap out of my eyes by cutting a jalapeno, touching it with my hands, not realizing it about 10 minutes later, and screaming and bawling my eyes out because this stuff is mad spicy. So, we're going to get that going in there. Meanwhile, I'm going to start cutting my root vegetables. Here we go. So, I have a few parsnips here for you. And, you know what? We're going to start by peeling our parsnips. Peelers right here. Here we go. Little trick in the kitchen. Always have what's called a shit bowl. Okay? In your shit bowl, you're going to basically, you know, whatever your peelings, whatever your things that you're chopping, things that you don't really want to go in your food, go in this shit bowl. So it's always nice. Good. So we're going to do a bunch of carrots and we're going to do some parsnips for this soup. And just a little tidbit, actually, this soup, you can do the same basis with that jalapeno, with the garlic, and with the ginger for a butternut squash soup. I actually have a bunch of friends that love that basis, that soup. And it's super healthy. You can add a little bit of cream to it if you want to, but honestly, those flavors, I think they do justice enough. So, of course, just like any cooking show, we got stuff already ready for you. So here are my carrots and here are my parsnips. Mixed all together here. And you know what? I actually failed like cutting in school. Anybody in my class at the International Culinary Center could totally tell you that I was not the best cutter. But you know, a rough chop here is pretty good for those root vegetables. You're going to mix them up anyway, so no big deal. Alright, so last one here. None to waste. Peeling this guy into the shit bowl and cut off the bad parts there. My water is at a rolling boil back here. I'm making some pasta tonight in the kitchen. Not quite sure what pasta I'm going to roll with quite yet, but I'm making a roasted duck, which I'm so excited about. Duck in Italian is anatra, la anatra, okay? It is so good. I actually got it for Christmas from my future in-laws, and I'm putting it with this amazing cherry mostarda. If you've never had a mostarda before, it is an Italian delicacy. So search mostarda up online, you will love it. So here we go. We have our root vegetables all ready to rock, and I will bet you any money that this is ready to go. Let me show you here really quick how that looks. At a nice little simmer, and you don't want to overcook your garlic or anything like that. Just a nice little browning. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. All right, so now we're going to throw the root vegetables in. Oh yeah. And I will say, some of you guys know I am engaged. I am so excited for my wedding registry. I'm going to freaking ball out my kitchen with amazing cookware. But you know what, for now, this will be sufficient. All right, so I'm going to stir up those ingredients. Looks like I got a little carrot top in there. Take that out. So I'm going to stir it up and get all those things coated. What else do I got in there? I got a parsnip top. Like, just so you know, this is the ghetto kitchen, all right? And the next step is to put over top of this a vegetable broth or stock. You can buy that at the store, or where I used to work at Peck in Italy, they make this amazing, amazing pre-made stock. All the directions are in Italian, so you know what? I just kind of roll with it. I'm going to sprinkle this stuff over. It's basically a compound of vegetables. I'm going to sprinkle this over, and it's all pretty strong. And I'm going to add some water, enough just to fill to the top of my root vegetables here. Cold water always. And I'm going to let this simmer on the stove for about 25 to 35 minutes, basically until a fork or a knife could pierce through these root vegetables. And then the next step is to take either a food processor or a blender, and you're going to blend those ingredients all together, making a nice creamy soup. Molto cremoso. Another little trick, I actually just got for Christmas this amazing handheld blender. Those immersion blenders are great for soups like this. So you can always use those. And as a nice topping for this soup, it would be so nice to throw just a little bit of brown sugar on top, maybe a little bit of parsley, and I've also seen people add just a bit of sour cream on top of a soup like this. Delizioso. Like I mentioned, the same base would be great for a butternut squash soup with the jalapeno, with the ginger, and with the garlic. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen. I'm Peanut, Chef Peanut, and I want you guys to stay figo, stay fresh. Keep checking up on my videos on my blog, figofresh.com. Keep it real.